Hi, I'm Rob Gotchall, Marketing Manager of Players, Promotions, and Events for Ebonite International. I'm here with Hammer National staff member, 7-time PBA titleist Bill O'Neill. Bill, you had a tremendous summer this summer out on the PBA Tour. 2 titles. You were also the King of the Swing champion in Oklahoma at the Summer Swing. Just tell me a little about your summer and what balls you used to have the success.
Yeah, I would say that this summer has been the best summer of bowling I've had in a long, long time, and I owe a lot of it to the Hammer brand, and in particular this Hammer Red Legend Solid. We bowled a lot of games in Oklahoma, and I would say 75–80% of those games were thrown with this ball, and that's something that's rare. We're bowling a lot of games and a lot of different patterns, and we're going from ball to ball to ball a lot. And when I was throwing this one, I never had a need to try anything else.
You mentioned the different patterns. Essentially in Oklahoma, you bowled on 3 different patterns. You made 4 of the 5 telecasts. I mean, that truly says a lot about the versatility of not just the Red Legend Solid, but this core has been a piece of history for the Hammer brand.
Yeah, I mean, this is a core I've had tremendous success with for a decade. So to have this kind of cover on it made it really versatile for me. At that event, I was able to use it on the bear pattern, which is 40 feet flat. So I had to get left and hook the ball a little bit more, and I was also able to use it on the badger pattern, which is 52 feet. So you have 2 patterns that are completely different. One is a medium pattern with more volume, and the other one is a longer pattern with no volume. And I was able to use the same ball on both.
It was really fun to watch and good to be a part of it all.
Oh, fun for me too.
Yeah. So building upon the success you had this summer with the Red Legend Solid, we come into the fall season where we got 2 pretty major events coming up on the PBA Tour. We got the PBA Fall Classic at the brand new South Point Bowling Plaza, and then in December we have the World Series of Bowling, which is now moved to the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. With that being said, now we're going to release some brand new products into the market and get you ready for those events. The highlight of those announcements are the Bad Intentions Hybrid. The Bad Intentions Hybrid brings a brand new technology to the market that's never been seen before. We've taken our carbon fiber material that we've used in our outer core for the past 2 years, and now we've put it in our cover stock. By us doing so, what does that kind of technology in the Hammer brand mean to you?
Yeah, for me as a bowler, we look at it's just bowling. It's just a bowling ball. But I was watching golf, and I'm watching the BMW Championship, and their commercial comes on, and how they're using carbon fiber in their frames of their new 7 Series car. Mm-hmm. Then not long after that, TaylorMade announces in their new driver, here comes carbon fiber in a golf club. So I'm looking at that and saying, this is something that Hammer's doing and taking it to another level. So as a bowler, I go, Hammer's really on the cutting edge of technology and the design of their products.
Absolutely. You've spoken in the past about performance of balls. You went into detail in a full-blown ball video on this ball. But the one thing I really took out of your take on this ball is that it's a really good benchmark ball. It's a very versatile ball, and you find yourself using this in many different situations. If you can tell us a little bit about that and how you're going to use it at these events in the fall.
Yeah, as a professional bowler, we don't get to use the same ball over the course of an entire block that often. When you're bowling 7-8 games, the lanes change quite a bit. But with this ball, I feel like that's an option. It's a ball that is it's a ball that you can use on the fresh because the cover is strong enough and it smooths out the lane, but it continues enough to where you can use it later in the block. And when that transition hits and you have to move, I think this is a ball you can stick with.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's why I'm here, Rob.
All right, Bill, we just got done talking about our latest and greatest high-performance ball here in the Bad Intentions Hybrid. Now we're going to completely shift gears, and we're going to go to the opposite end of the spectrum, and we're going to talk about Hammer's new Black Urethane. These balls are going to be released on the same day, October 13, 2015. And like I said, we go from the new to the old. And by being old, what I'm saying here is this is traditional, old school urethane with the thick shell. And I mean, it's two completely different balls. And I guess what I want you to explain to people is why we would do something so old school in a new release.
Well, what you have here is you have a ball that, you know, is 25-year-old technology with the pure urethane. But why we need that now as competitive players is we have lane patterns that are now going back to those same distances and volumes. I bowl a lot for Team USA, and we bowl these events around the world that the patterns are 32, 33, 34 feet. And these balls, they hook too much. So now when you have a urethane ball, it's able to control the lane a lot better, and you get that old school type ball reaction.
All right, you just got done seeing Bill throw some shots with his old Fab-Ball blue hammer compared to our all-new black urethane hammer. Now I'm going to go to the final ball that we're going to discuss today, our final launch of October. On October 22nd, we're going to introduce the Hammer Arson High Flare Solid. Bill, this core has been a staple of the Hammer brand now all the way back to 2011 in the original Arson. We've taken it to the Hammer Arson Low Flare, and now we've introduced the High Flare line. On this ball, I want to strictly talk performance. This is the second ball in the series. We had the original Arson High Flare, and now we've got the Solid. How would you compare the two?
What I had with the original Arson High Flare was a ball that was a little bit longer down the lane, a little more pop on the back end. What this ball gives me is a ball that's a little bit earlier. Overall, I would say it's probably 2 to 3 boards more of hook. It's a ball that's going to give you a little bit more predictability than what you had from the original Arson High Flare.
So basically what you're saying is in the mid-price category, which is where this ball is located, we're getting a nice, smooth, even predictable ball that's complementary to its predecessor, essentially.
That's exactly it. It's very complementary to the original Arson High Flare. I think it's something that you're trusting in that Arson core to give you the predictability. You're in the High Flare category now with this core, so you're going to get a little bit more hook down the lane than you would get from the original core.
I agree. Now let's take a look at Bill throwing the original Arson High Flare compared to the High Flare Solid. Bill, as we wrap things up today, we've discussed some great new products coming out here in the month of October. I personally want to thank you for your time coming down here to Hopkinsville, shooting some ball videos with us, and discussing the products with not only myself, but all the loyal hammerheads out there.
Yeah, and thank you guys as well, everybody at Hammer. You guys have been such a big part of my life the last 6 years, and every title I've won on the PBA Tour has been with a Hammer product. So I think it's my duty to come down and repay that loyalty.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, Bill. And all you hammerheads out there, if you'd like any information on any of the products we discussed today, or about other products we offer, or to find one of our demo days, you can visit us on our website, hammerbowling.com.